What's up, feelers? Today is day 26 of my water-only fast, and I spent a few hours earlier by a local reservoir with my niece and nephew and my sisters. And I just got an email when I just got back, and it has my test results. So a few weeks ago, a company called Feel Supreme sent me this information pack, and I'll show you that now. So there's this company called Feel Supreme in the UK. They sponsor a lot of athletes, including MMA athletes. Like my friend Tim Barnett was actually the first athlete they sponsored, and he recommended me to them, and they reached out, and they actually do a testing kit which tests your hair strands for deficiencies, intolerances, viruses, bacteria, and heavy metals in your system. So I'm just going to print out the form now. I've got to pluck some hairs, 4 hairs from my head, from the root out of my hair, and then tape them down to the paper, send them off in the mail service at the post office, and then I'll get results in about 10 days time. I've never had any tests like this done before, so it'd be interesting to see any intolerances I have to certain foods and any deficiencies I've got in my blood. I've got a very different method of then going to the doctor, checking blood, and then, oh, you're deficient in this, take these supplements. That's not really my style. And I'm currently fasting right now on day 16. So it would be very interesting to see what deficiencies I have if I've not eaten for 16 days. And in my research as well, which is one of the most fascinating things to me in fasting, is that people that enter fasting with deficiencies come out of the fast without the deficiencies, because the body can clear the filters that are able to then absorb. The reason they're not absorbed in the first place is because they're malabsorbed, because the absorption whatever absorbs in the body, the filters are blocked, and when they fast, the body's able to spring clean, blow off the cobwebs, and then it's able to absorb from what's already existing in the body. From often we've actually have too much nutrition, but we're just not able to absorb it, and that's the biggest issue, so it seems. So I'm able to check that now. It's a really good time to do it into my fast and see if I've got any deficiencies, see what comes back. So yeah, follow my journey, and thank you Feel Supreme for sending it to me. Well, now just to fill this out, thank you to Matt Murphy for sending it to me. So now I need to attach hair samples and yeah, fill out this paperwork, attach hair samples, and we're good to go. Pluck some hair out. Don't know really. There's one. Easy as that. That's a fold. That'll do. More the merrier. It's done. Name. Cool. Disinformation sign. This is not designed to replace a consultation with a practitioner or diagnose illness or disease. Yep, that's cool with me. Still, I'm excited to see. Alrighty. Send it the way. Right. Yeah. Good, yeah, how you doing?
Good, mate.
Good, mate.
I was just going to Bali.
Oh, that is literally the one place I want to go in. Yeah. No, not yet, yeah. Okay, never mind.
273 altogether.
Cool. Yeah, I'm going to... Right, Tardo. See you again. Right. Sent off. Now we just wait for the results to come back. So guys, I just got the results back from my test. It was about 2 weeks ago I sent it off, and I've not looked at them yet, so here we go. It's from Feel Supreme. Thanks for sending this through. Nutrition test. So apparently I've got toxic metals, which I think we all have, and it says the best way to deal with that is coriander. I'm aware of that actually. On my salads I'm gonna have coriander once I get it back into eating raw food. My deficiencies, I've got glutamine, B5, theanine, and B2 apparently. So it'd be interesting to do this test again to see if they've cleared since fasting. That would be very interesting. But no B12 deficiencies or iron or zinc or anything like that. Food sensitivities, cow's milk, which I don't have anyway. Obviously don't have trout. Lentils, potatoes. Pawpaw, which is papaya, no way. That's a bit of a shame. and tobacco and lentils. Barley for sure, you know, was that wheat basically. I will avoid that. Potatoes, yeah, I think potatoes was a problem for me. Maybe not for everyone, but it felt like it was for me. And lentils, so the raw food is the solution, really. That's the simplest solution, other than pawpaw. Let me just confirm pawpaw is papaya. That was really, yeah, pawpaw is papaya. That is a sad day for me. Okay, well, I'll avoid the other stuff. I maybe can't promise to avoid papaya. Right, what else have we got here from this results? See, iron, zinc, B12, they're all listed. Source of them, okay. Glutamine, rich foods, almonds, pistachios, peanuts. I used to eat plenty of them, which is interesting because it's like, and red cabbage. I didn't have that much red cabbage, so maybe I can try red cabbage and parsley. I'm going to add parsley, so that, you know, it's interesting though, because I had a lot of those foods already and it obviously wasn't giving it me. So there's that, for me, puts it down to the other side of nutritional, which is malabsorption. It's you can eat all you want and you can get the nutrients in your food, but if you're not able to absorb, you're not getting them. So since the fast, I'll try and do a test again with these guys, and I'll add maybe red cabbage and parsley for the glutamine. Theanine, soya foods, sunflower seeds, peanuts, cashews, flax seeds, chia seeds. Well, I was having all of them. B2, almonds, mushrooms, spinach, asparagus. I was having all of them. B5, avocado, portobello mushrooms, having them. B6, avocados, brown rice. See, it's telling me things that will help me be less deficient, but again, I really think nutrition is, like I say, the other side of it is inability to absorb, and hopefully the fasting has helped that. So we'll see. I'll do this test again after the fast. Maybe I'll wait 2 weeks, a month on fruit, and I'll do it again and let you guys know the update then. Yeah, sensitivities, some soft sensitivities, pineapple, parsnip, mulberry, beetroots, tomatoes. Yeah, nightshades. Dang it. That is a sad day for me. But mangoes are okay, and melons are okay. So we're okay. Cherries, grapes. Okay, I can get by. Apples, apricots, cool. Avocados are okay, cool. Okay, what else have we got here? Dun, 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 dun. Cool. So that was a really interesting test. Thank you, Feel Supreme. I'll put a link down below if you're interested in getting a test as well. I'll put a link, you can check it out. You literally, as you saw in the video before, take your hair molecules, send it off, and in a few weeks you get an email like this. So just to summarize my thoughts on the findings and results that I've got from this result paper. I have never had a test before in my life. I would never have known. I may have been malnourished in B12 my whole life until I became a vegan. I may have had iron deficiencies and then they've come and wavered and gone depending on either food I've eaten or how much sunlight I've had, or there's so many other factors that go into absorption and nutrition. And you've got to realize how limited science is in terms of its understanding of nutrition. How many things exist within food that are crucial to a human to feeling healthy that there isn't a science device testing kit created to detect, and that nutrient doesn't have a name yet. We don't have the name for every single nutrient that exists. We could never find that. And in terms of, there's things that are in raw foods that you can't detect or are not given to us by the mainstream as this is what you need in your nutrition. These are just points of nutrition that we accept as mainstream, valuable in the mainstream. So I don't go through life, I've got dry mouth now. So it doesn't faze me seeing that I'm deficient in those 4 things. Like I say, I may have been deficient in many more things in the past, and it may have come and gone and it wavers. I go through life trusting my own system and trying to connect more and more with this. Now, that may not be the right technique for you to do. That may not be your path, but that's how I choose to live. But I do like to delve in and out of science just to see how much what I'm doing can align with that, and because some people need the science. See, this channel is called I Feel Truth. So it's about feeling our way to the truth, to health, the ultimate truth. Sometimes it's good for me to connect with science. So you'll see me doing more of this in the future, just to see where it lines up, because I'm not against science. I'm absolutely a very scientific man. I just delve more in the empirical science and experiential stuff that I've gone through and experienced for myself. So I want to just see how I can use my journey and my feelings and my intuition to guide me to health. And that way, then when it aligns with science, then the world will realize, oh, there is a connection that needs to be made. But we can't just be too much in our minds with this. That's the thing with science, it's so much in the mind and not so much in the heart and feeling its way to this. And it's not actually serving us, because you look around and we're not healthier than we are. We've got all these devices to test, and we supposedly know much about nutrition, and yet we're no closer to health and further from health than we've ever been. So I'm just one guy, one guinea pig that's out here going, yeah, cool, whatever, I may be malnourished now or deficient, but I'm not gonna change what I'm doing. What's more interesting for me is the intolerances, because that makes more sense to me, that you can test your blood against these different particles of fuel and your body might react differently. Now, it'd be interesting to see if after fasting my body is better, because they do talk about people having allergies and then fasting and then the allergies go away. So that's something inbuilt from a problem from younger. So that fascinates me more, and it does help me to know, because it'd be hard to just fast and then eat one ingredient and go, tomatoes make me not feel good, and it's hard to identify which ingredients is doing what to you. But if I can see it on paper, that stuff I find valuable. So I just want to thank Feel Supreme again for sending me and allow me the opportunity for me to integrate my stuff with mainstream science, with my empirical science. And we'll come again and we'll check it in a month or so, and I'll let you know what I've eaten up until that, and we'll see what differences have changed. And the heavy metals thing is fascinating. We know there's so much comes from the chemtrails in the air. There's heavy metals far beyond levels of toxicity from that, and then in the sprays in the fields on all the food that we're eating. That's a really tough one, and this is the next level, I think, of healing. This is why we all need healing, because that stuff is so prevalent and it's so underrated and underseen. And when it comes up like that, and I buy organic food anyway, for the most part, and I've still got toxic levels, I need to up my cilantro or coriander intake, which I'm going to work on, which I never really did in the past. And then there's other things I'm going to look into, like bentonite clay, psyllium husk, and activated charcoal, things like that. What's that? Disotomine earth or something. If you've got any experience with any of those four, let me know, because I've just purchased some. When I come off the fast, I'm going to try using them, because they're supposed to really help cleanse internally and help attract the metals. So anything that you would recommend me to try for metals, other than coriander, which is the main one, or maybe parsley, please let me know, and we'll get to it. Thank you guys as always for watching. Appreciate you following the journey. Godspeed.